The Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. The Testament of Issachar, the fifth son of Jacob and Leah. Chapter 1. The copy of the words of Issachar. For he called his sons and said to them, Hearken, my children, to Issachar your father. Give ear to the words of him who is beloved of Yahuwah. I was born the fifth son to Jacob by way of hire for the mandrakes. For Reuben my brother brought in mandrakes from the field, and Rachel met him and took them. And Reuben wept, and at his voice Leah my mother came forth. Now these mandrakes were sweet-smelling apples, which were produced in the land of Haran below a ravine of water. And Rachel said, I will not give them to you, but they shall be to me instead of children. For Yahuwah hath despised me, and I have not borne children to Jacob. Now there were 2 apples, and Leah said to Rachel, Let it suffice you that you have taken my husband, will you take these also? And Rachel said to her, You shall have Jacob this night for the mandrakes of your son. And Leah said to her, Jacob is mine, for I am the wife of his youth. But Rachel said, Boast not, and vaunt not yourself. For he espoused me before you, and for my sake he served our father 14 years. And had not craft increased on the earth, and the wickedness of men prospered, you would not now see the face of Jacob. For you are not his wife, but in craft you were taken to him in my stead. And my father deceived me, and removed me on that night, and did not suffer Jacob to see me. For had I been there, this had not happened to him. Nevertheless, for the mandrakes I am hiring Jacob to you for 1 night. And Jacob knew Leah, and she conceived and bare me, and on account of the hire I was called Issachar. Then appeared to Jacob and Moloch of Yahuwah, saying, 2 children shall Rachel bear, inasmuch as she have refused company with her husband and have chosen continency. And had not Leah my mother paid the 2 apples for the sake of his company, she would have borne 8 sons. For this reason she bare 6, and Rachel bare the 2. For on account of the mandrakes, Yahuwah visited her. For he knew that for the sake of children she wished to company with Jacob, and not for lust of pleasure. For on the morrow, also she again gave up Jacob. Because of the mandrakes therefore, Yahuwah hearkened to Rachel. For though she desired them, she did not eat them, but offered them in the house of Yahuwah, presenting them to the priest of the Most High who was there at that time. When therefore I grew up, my children, I walked in uprightness of heart, and I became a farmer for my father and my brothers, and I brought in fruits from the field according to their season. And my father blessed me, for he saw that I walked in integrity before him. And I was not a busybody in my doings, nor envious and malicious against my neighbor. I never slandered anyone, nor did I censure the life of any man, walking as I did in singleness of eye. Therefore when I was 35 years old, I took to myself a wife, for my labor wore away my strength, and I never thought upon pleasure with women, but owing to my toil sleep overcame me. And my father always rejoiced in my integrity, because I offered through the priest to Yahuwah all first fruits, then to my father also, and then for myself. And Yahuwah increased 10,000-fold his benefits in my hands, and also Jacob my father knew that Elohim aided my singleness. For on all the poor and oppressed, I bestowed the good things of the earth in the singleness of my heart. And now, hearken to me, my children, and walk in singleness of your heart, for I have seen in it all that is well-pleasing to Yahuwah. The single-minded man covet not gold, he overreach not his neighbor, he long not after manifold dainties, he delights not in varied apparel. He do not desire to live a long life, but only wait for the will of Yahuwah. And the spirits of deceit have no power against him, for he looks not on the beauty of women, lest he should pollute his mind with corruption. There is no envy in his thoughts, no malicious person makes his soul to pine away, nor worry with insatiable desire in his mind. For he walks in singleness of soul, and beholds all things in uprightness of heart, making no place for an outlook made evil through the error of the world, lest he should see the perversion of any of the commandments of Yahuwah. Guard therefore, my children, the law of Elohim, and get integrity, and walk in guilelessness, not playing the busybody with the business of your neighbor, but love Yahuwah and your neighbor, have compassion on the poor and weak. Bow down your back unto farming, and toil in labors in all manner of agriculture, offering gifts to Yahuwah with thanksgiving. For with the first fruits of the earth will Yahuwah bless you, even as he blessed all the saints from Abel even until now. For no other portion is given to you than of the fatness of the earth, whose fruits are raised by toil. For our father Jacob blessed me with blessings of the earth and of first fruits. And Levi and Judah were magnified by Yahuwah even among the sons of Jacob. For Yahuwah gave them an inheritance, to Levi he gave the priesthood, and to Judah the kingdom. And do you therefore obey them, and walk in the singleness of your father, for unto Gad have it been given to destroy the troops that are coming upon Yashar'al. Chapter 2. Know you therefore, my children, that in the last times your sons will forsake singleness, and will cleave unto insatiable desire. And leaving guilelessness, will draw near to malice, and forsaking the commandments of Yahuwah, they will cleave unto Belial. And leaving agriculture, they will follow after their own wicked devices, and they shall be dispersed among the Gentiles, and shall serve their enemies. And do you therefore give these commands to your children therefore, so that even though they might sin, they may the more quickly return to Yahuwah. For he is merciful, and will deliver them, even to bring them back into their land. Behold, therefore, as you see, I am 126 years old and am not conscious of committing any sin. Except my wife I have not known any woman. I never committed fornication by the uplifting of my eyes. I drank not wine, to be led astray thereby. I coveted not any desirable thing that was my neighbor's. Guile arose not in my heart. A lie passed not through my lips. If any man were in distress, I joined in lamentation with his. And I shared my bread with the poor. I wrought righteousness, all my days I kept truth. I love Yahuwah, likewise also every man with all my heart. So do you also these things, my children, and every spirit of Belial shall flee from you, and no deed of wicked men shall rule over you. And every wild beast shall you subdue, since you have with you the Elohim of heaven and earth, and walk with men in singleness of heart. And having said these things, he commanded his sons that they should carry him up to Hebron, and bury him there in the cave with his fathers. And he stretched out his feet and died, at a good old age, with every limb sound, and with strength unabated, he slept the eternal sleep.